Welcome to the Average Dave's Movie and TV Talk.
Hi.
We only have 2 Daves this week.
Yes, 2 days this week.
This is episode 35. Just a fair warning about our movie TV talk channel. We do talk spoilers. We do talk about politically sensitive issues, as we are not politically correct about the entertainment industry. We speak our mind about the entertainment industry, and every so often some bad words might slip out. This is our opinion, nobody else's opinions. Always remember, entertainment is subjective, and that's what makes talking about it fun. Don't forget, if you have any questions, please comment in the comment section or reach out to us at theaveragedaves.talk@yahoo.com. Also, check us out and subscribe to Okemo Valley TV on YouTube or at okemavalley.tv. And you can also check them out and us out at channels 1076 or 1086 on Affinity Concast. We actually got a comment on one of our last YouTube video.
It tells us to lose weight.
Now they told us we suck.
Really?
No.
Good. Thanks for watching.
Well, there was something about how they forgot about so many of the different Robin Williams movies that he was actually in. Yeah.
Well,
a
lot of his
people
newer
think,
crap was crap.
yeah, but a lot of the other stuff people forgot about. They know Good Morning Vietnam. They know Aladdin. They Jumanji.
But I bet you people forgot about the Fisher King or something.
Yeah. So,
Which probably would have made my list.
Really no quick topics this week. I forgot all about it.
I am looking forward to watching F1.
It's got pretty good ratings. Critics and everybody's saying it's pretty good.
It's a Brad Pitt movie. It looks fun.
I like Brad Pitt.
I love Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt's
He's in some
another one of those good actors. Very few shitty roles, but a lot of good roles.
I just rewatched a couple weeks ago Fight Club. God, that's a great movie.
It's a good movie. It's a really good movie.
Dave, what are you currently watching?
I rewatched season 1 Peacemaker, and I watched the season 2 premiere the other night. All I have to say is, holy shit!
You're a good sheeple. You really are.
This is
Follow the masses.
Season 1 was definitely not for the kids. Episode 1 of season 2. Definitely not for the kids. Okay. If you like...
Is it as bad as The Boys?
There's a scene in this one. Remember the orgy scene in...
Yeah. That's probably the best scene.
The
best episode of The Boys was probably that.
This scene, this 5-minute segment in Peacemaker episode 1, season 2, blows it away.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, I was never a big John Cena fan. But I'll tell you, he's starting to grow. He has some comedic chops to him. And granted, it's only one episode so far as season 2, but I really like it.
What I've been watching for the first time is I started watching The Following.
I've never seen it. Yeah.
I mean, I like James Purfoy and I love Kevin Bacon. So
yeah.
Purfoy's
an underrated actor.
He's very underrated.
And Kevin Bacon, he's not in a lot of stuff, but he's good in what he is.
He's in like the greatest comedy of all time.
Which one's that?
Animal House.
Wow, he was like young.
That might be I don't know. It might be his first role. I don't know.
Because we'll be doing our comedies. We'll have to look that up. I bet that is probably one of or the first acting role for him. Cause he was young.
It's definitely one of. He's he's probably 18.
Animal House. Great movie. So other than that, we're going to get right into the main topic today because it's kind of be a longer one.
Is it?
But we're going to try to make it fit within that 50-minute
I don't have any notes.
Span. Well, yeah, but you're like the guru of this subject, so I'll go with you on it, and then I'll throw in my stuff as you go.
The problem with calling me the guru on this subject is that I haven't read the books. I've just started.
But we're talking the movies.
Yeah, okay, fine. If you don't talk the movies.
Yeah, because if we're going to talk books and movies, Jaws is different. Hunt for Red October, the book is just 10 times better than the movie.
Every film adaptation of a book needs to be changed.
Yeah.
And it really needed to be changed in Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah.
Because they don't leave the Shire till I think page 154 or something, and I'm reading that for the first time ever.
So our main topic is going to be the Lord of the Rings discussion, and at the end our final
Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Yeah, and The Hobbit.
The 6 film.
The Hobbit trilogy. And then at the end, we'll rank them.
Which should never have been.
No, they shouldn't have. So, if you don't know, the first movie in the Lord of the Rings run is Fellowship of the Ring from 2001, then The Two Towers 2002, and then The Return of the King 2003.
And the reason they were able to do the yearly releases was
I don't know.
they had confidence that they were going to be hits.
Yeah.
So they just let Peter Jackson go off to New Zealand and film all 3 movies at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, like the actors in this movie, you had Elijah Wood, Ian McKellen, Viggo Mortensen, Kate Blanchett, Orlando Bloom, Hugo Weaving, Christopher Lee, Sean Beam, Sean Astin, Andy Serkis, John Rhys Davies, Dominic Monaghan, Liv Tyler. It was a cast. I mean, and they all were great in their roles.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the Fellowship of the Ring from 2001. So you can start off with that, how it starts. And
So 2001. I remember 2001. Knew nothing about Lord of the Rings.
24 years ago.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Next year is going to be the 25th anniversary of the start of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Well, on film, at least live action, because there was animated ones
That
before.
was like 79, the animated.
I know The Hobbit was. I believe The Hobbit was 77.
77,
Same year
okay.
as Star
Yeah.
Wars. I don't know. I started watching it and it was weird. I couldn't really.
Oh, see, I like it.
So, 2001, knew nothing about Lord of the Rings. Just saw a trailer for this fantasy movie. I'm like, yeah, that looks actually really good. I can't wait to go see it. But I did not know that I was going to be watching the first part of the greatest movie I have ever seen.
You consider The Fellowship the greatest movie?
No. I said the first part of the greatest movie.
Oh,
I
okay.
consider it one movie.
Oh, yeah,
Because
I mean,
it
you
is just
could.
like with Back to the Future. It's one movie.
Yeah.
It's one continuous movie. In fact, we were just watching Back to the Future. At the end of part 2, I forgot they already had the trailer to part 3 done. Why? Because the studio had confidence that this movie was going to be great, and they were
And 3
they
was
would
pretty good.
green light the sequel.
Yeah.
Hollywood can't afford to do that shit these days. Hollywood.
But they don't even know how to make
horrible.
one good movie now. Very few and far between.
All right.
So let's get back into that.
Fellowship of the Ring.
We'll go down that rabbit hole.
Fellowship of the Ring is about the forming of the Fellowship of the Ring to bring the One Ring, Sauron's ring, to Mount Doom to destroy it and end all evil in Middle-earth. Starts off with Bilbo's birthday, which is where the book starts off to. Starts off with Bilbo's birthday. I did not know until, and you won't know if just by watching the movie, it was Bilbo's and Frodo's birthday.
Right.
Bilbo was
I
turning
knew that,
111, Frodo was turning 33.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
in
that's
this,
right, he was
we get
111.
introduced
Yep.
to Bilbo, played by, God, what the heck's his name?
Was that Martin Freeman?
No.
No, because that was
Martin Freeman
is
was
the-
Bilbo in the first one.
Right.
It's,
I can't remember his name. I forgot to write that
yeah,
down.
I guess you did.
Well, I'm sorry.
I kind of like want to say Bob Hoskins, but I know it's
no,
not.
it's not Bob Hoskins. I'll look it up while you're talking.
Yeah, he's recently passed. Anyway, we get introduced to Frodo. We get introduced to Gandalf, Merry, Pippin. And, yeah.
Fellowship.
There is a big difference between, so I'm not very far into the Fellowship book, but
Ian Holm.
Ian Holm, yep, that's it. Ian Holm plays
Sir
Bilbo.
Ian Holm.
Yes. There is a big difference between the book and the movies here, where there is a much more laid back and relaxed tone, where in the movies they like harried up. Like, for instance, when you watch the movie, once Gandalf goes off to research whether or not this is like the One Ring or not, and then Gandalf comes back, and then Frodo leaves like the Shire, you feel like it's been like maybe 6 months or so. Whereas in the book, he doesn't start leaving the Shire till he's 50.
Right.
It's 17 years.
Yep.
Like and like the discussion about the ring is very laid back. Whereas in the movie, it's like, hey, you need to leave now. This thing's horrible. They're coming.
They had to.
They had to.
Yeah.
Right there's what I mean. Like when you make a movie, there
And none
needs
of
to
this
be-
is bad.
No.
So-
You need to have some sort of make it more exciting for people.
Right.
Just like with
and Ian McKellen is awesome as Gandalf.
yeah.
He was great.
They're making a new Lord of the Rings movie
Yeah, I
this
saw
year.
that.
It's like
Yeah, I
The
saw
Hunt
that.
for Gollum or something.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know what
he's
that's
back.
supposed to be.
He's coming back.
Ian McKellen?
Yep.
Yeah, I heard like he said that nobody else should play him but me, and I am expecting my script.
What's his name? Andy Serkis is coming back. Mm-hmm. I heard that Elijah Wood was coming back for like a,
What are they doing with these people?
I don't know.
Like, what is The Hunt for Gollum about?
I don't know.
Like,
I just saw that
the only
other
time
day.
that Gollum was hunted was in the Fellowship of the Ring when Gandalf tried to find him. But, the forces of Sauron had already found him and interrogated him and, led them to where the Shire was.
Andy Serkis was awesome as Gollum.
He was. Andy Serkis was great. So, anyway. Where would you like me to go, Dave?
Well,
I am not a
we'll
leader
go like just how the Fellowship gets from the beginning to the end and go into the Two Towers. We'll like 5 minutes on each one of them, and
So, let's see.
because they start off fishing, right?
No.
Well, for the ring, remember they dropped.
Yeah,
it.
but that was an extended scene in, I think, the
Right.
third movie. That's
Was
not
it?
even in the. That is not in the.
That's right.
Yeah, that is not in the theatrical cut. They actually show what happened. Now, in the books, they actually talk about what happened with Frodo. They actually talk about it in the first book. I don't think they talk about it until the second or third movie, though, and it's only the extended cut for those movies.
And the extended cuts, you see a lot of stuff that you
Oh yeah,
actually
they're all
need.
like, yeah, they're all like 45 to 50 minutes longer.
Yeah. Fellowship is a 2 hour and 58 theatrical, 3 hour and 28 extended. Two Towers is 2 hours 59 minutes theatrical, 3 hours and 56 minutes extended. The Return is 3 hours and 21 minutes theatrical and 4 hours and 25 minutes extended. You're looking almost an hour.
All right, so broad points for Fellowship. Starts off at the birthday party.
Yep.
Bilbo leaves to go live with the elves. He leaves the ring behind for Frodo. Frodo then hides the ring. Gandalf has suspicions about the ring. He goes off to do some research about it. Ends up in Minas Tirith, which is where like the entire third movie takes place.
Yep.
Which is the White City,
Which is
the
great.
like capital of all mankind in like Middle Earth. He ends up coming back. He's in a panic because he's realized that ring is very much potentially the One Ring. He's like not sure. Goes back. They throw the ring in fire, and those
The words come out.
those like ancient
Yeah.
elven, the words of Mordor come
Right.
out that prove that this is the One Ring. So Frodo and Sam end up going to Bree on their own. In the books, they don't do this. It's actually Frodo, Sam, Merry, and Pippin the whole way. So those two set off on their own. They bump into Merry and Pippin at the Farmer Maggot's crop. They end up going to Bree with those two, end up getting chased by the Black Riders,
Which
the
are
Ring Wraiths,
awesome.
which
I love those
they do a
characters.
much better job in the movies depicting them than they do in the books. In the books, they're just kind of like riders cloaked in black who who just make these weird noises.
They were actually
In
scary
the books,
in the movies.
in the movies, they are terrifying. They are freaking awesome. In Bree, they end up running into Aragon. Aragon takes them to Rivendell. On the way there, they get ambushed by the Ring Wraiths. Frodo ends up getting stabbed by a Morgul blade. That's where, what's her name? Arwen comes in.
Yep.
She ends up rescuing Frodo, bringing him to Rivendell.
Yeah, she's an
all
elf.
while being chased. Yes, she is Lord Elrond's daughter. I believe in the book, though, I'm not there yet, but I've heard that in the books it's not him. It's actually like Farendir, some different elf that actually meets up with him and rescues him.
She's like 300 plus years old.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, I don't know how old she is.
Elmond,
Elrond?
yeah,
He's several thousand years old
Yeah.
because he was there at the end of the Second Age.
right.
So, and by then he was already an established leader. So.
Right.
I mean, he's in the Silmarillion, or the Silmarillion,
Yeah.
or however you say it.
Yeah, because there's big ages. You know how each race ages.
Anyway, she ends up getting Frodo to Rivendell. She's chased by the Ring Wraiths. They end up getting swept away by the river, which borders her people's land. And, it's just magically enchanted and stuff. And so the river,
She whispers, right?
she starts like chanting and
Yeah,
like,
and then the river-
Elvish. And then like the river becomes this like horse stampede and washes them away. It's pretty cool. There they have a council where representatives from man, elven, and dwarves all come together. They have their, I forget the name of it. It was the Council of something.
I don't remember.
It might just be
name
the
of
Council of Elrond. I don't know.
There's so much stuff happening.
But from there, we get the Fellowship, which was the 9 original, which was the 4 hobbits, Gandalf, Legolas, Gimli, Boromir, and Aragorn.
Yeah.
They head off to Mount Doom to drop the ring within the fires of like Mount Doom, because that's the only place where it could be destroyed. On their way there, they end up going through Moria because Saruman
Yeah.
ends up finding out where like they're going, so they try and divert to avoid his gaze. He sees them again. They're like going like up and over like the mountains in this like snowy terrain, and he's like shooting lightning bolts at them, and the snow's falling on them and crap. And there's something I didn't realize I watched the movie at least once a year. While they're going over the mountain, Frodo falls down and the ring falls off of him, and Boromir picks it up. And I didn't notice, as Boromir's sitting there staring at it, and he's like fixated by it, like it's like starting to bring him under his spell.
Yep.
The ring starts like moving a little bit.
Twitching.
I didn't notice that before. It's
It's
like the ring is a character in its own. Like the ring wants to be found.
It wants
and
to
it's
be
only
found
because
to
Frodo
corrupt
is
you.
so resilient,
Right.
and hobbits in general are,
Yep.
that it's
corrupted.
not able to do it.
Yep.
At least not at first. Towards the end of the movies,
And Sean
Yeah.
Bean was awesome as Boromir.
yeah. He was my favorite character in the first movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He was a highly misunderstood character. If you watch back through like the movie, you'll just kind of. A lot of people, if they just watched it a few times, would just think Boromir was an asshole because he tried to take the ring at the end of the movie. But leading up to that, before the ring, it's like corruption really like got into him. Every time that they were in danger, he was protecting the hobbits.
Yeah.
Every time that they were stopping and resting, he was like helping them train so that they'd be better prepared to defend themselves. When they were going over the like mountain pass, he says he wants them to go on a new path because it'll be the death of the little ones. He was caring about Merry and Pippin. It was mostly Merry and Pippin.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He was a highly sympathetic
And it really showed right at
person.
his
he wanted to protect these people. And in the third movie, they have an extended scene, which I don't know why the hell they cut it out, where they actually show Boromir after they liberated Esciliad, I think it's called.
Escaliad.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
Yeah.
It was like right before he left to go to the Council of Elrond. That's just what I'm going to call it. I forget what it was called. That might even be it. But it was Boromir and Faramir, his brother, who's in the later movies, and he's awesome. And it's just like Boromir was this, like he was, aside from Aragorn, probably the pinnacle of humanity.
Oh yeah.
He was a paragon of virtue.
Well,
He only wanted to protect his people. And he would have gladly given his life to protect
and
any soldier that served under him.
he does.
Yeah, he does. He has a great he has a great redemption. I hate watching it, but it is a great scene.
Oh yeah. That scene there is actually. Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes in that first movie, The Fellowship, is that ending.
So anyway, they're on the mountain pass. They end up getting diverted. Frodo decides to go through Moria. Moria, they don't know, has been taken over by orcs.
Yeah.
There's a great battle scene in there, them like versus orcs in this like throne room. After that, it was them, orcs, couple cave trolls, I think. No, or just one like cave troll. After that, they're running to get out of Moria. They end up getting cut off, and here we get the Balrog.
Yeah.
My God, that Balrog looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
That is just iconic. It was so awesome.
Well, one thing about all three of the first movies, visually, was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The characters were awesome. The sets were awesome. Everything about it, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have an over reliance on CGI.
Yeah.
Like back then, like CGI was still, I'm not gonna say it was in its infancy, but
Yeah.
it was just starting to become where they could make things look really
Right.
good. You get some scenes in like in 1997 when they re-released a special edition of like Star Wars and they showed like the X-wings coming. look, you can roll your eyes. I liked it. But that did add something. Like,
It did.
Those X-Wings looked really good.
I like the original Star Wars before the New Hope, but whatever.
So anyway, they lose Gandalf. Gandalf falls while he's on the bridge, facing the Balrog. And it's like before that they had like little, he said, there are many things in this world that I have been tested against and some that I have not yet been tested. And he was talking about the Balrog, clearly.
Yeah. That was a great scene, though.
But yeah, so they end up going through Moria. End up going into God, I forget it. I haven't watched them in like 6 months. So they end up in where was it? Like the realm of Galadriel.
Yeah.
And her husband, whose name is...
I can't remember her name. His name. I think I have it written down.
Oh, I have it somewhere.
I thought I had it written down. I did a lot of the main characters, but I forgot that one. But anyways.
Shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
I probably should have.
I wrote down most of
Did a
the
little
characters' names, and I forgot a couple of them.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking I missed a few of the characters, but there's so many.
Yeah. So anyway, they end up in that woodland realm. And from there, they get sent on their way. And Galadriel gives each of them like a unique gift to help each one out. And they're going down a river. End up right before they go over some waterfalls. They're going to continue on land. And there we get the final scene in the movie where it's just a bunch of Uruk-hai
Who are
sent by Saruman
awesome
to get
in
the
these
halflings
movies.
because they have something precious for the master.
Right.
And they are to bring them back untouched and unspoiled.
Yep.
And
I love that. Untouched and unspoiled.
Yep. So anyway, they finally catch up to him there while they're camping, waiting for nightfall to cross the river. There's this big scene. First, it's like Aragorn just holding him off as long as he can. Right before that, Boromir did try and take like the ring from him,
Yeah.
which was a tough scene because Boromir is my favorite character, and now
It was
he's
a
starting
tough
to
scene, but it was
succumb to the dark side.
but it was needed.
And I'm interested to see how all this happens in the book. I'm looking forward to getting there.
Yeah.
But I'm only on page 200. So.
Right.
Yeah, you get this massive scene with all of this massive fight, all of these Uruk-hai. First, it's against Aragorn, and then Legolas and Gimli come, and you see just how much of a badass all of these characters are. Then they show
I love the
Boromir is fighting by himself, protecting Merry and Pippin. Then Boromir finally falls. Aragorn then
He
comes.
gets shot like 4 or 5 times.
He got shot 3 times at first. He was getting ready to get shot a 4th time. Then Aragorn comes in there.
Yeah.
Aragorn fights the leader of the Uruk-hai, ends up killing him. And that's basically where the movie ends. Frodo goes off across the river. Sam joins him.
That's where they kind of split.
And Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli are going to go and get Merry and Pippin, who the Uruk-hai did take, but they didn't get Frodo and Sam.
Yeah.
And those guys are going to go off, and they're going towards Rohan. And Frodo and Sam are going through Mordor, through the marshlands.
But the Uruk-hai are awesome.
Yeah.
Because you know why? It was practical. These were actual people dressed up
Yeah.
to make look badass. But that last battle is the part where, Boromir does succumb to his injury. You're kind of like, damn. Because of his arc.
A little nod, and they just kind of show it quickly. But this is again attention to detail, show don't tell. To honor Boromir for the rest of the movies, Aragorn wears his bracers, his wrist guards.
Yep.
They just show him putting them on, just as a way to honor his fallen friend.
Yeah. Because he was awesome, but he was tempted, and that's what that ring does.
And that probably all stemmed from when he picked it up.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of to get his,
Yep.
just
Yeah,
seep
so
its way
they
into him.
split up here, and we go into pretty much right into the two
So-
two towers.
First time I saw the movie, I didn't realize that it was a trilogy. So I'm in the theaters and the movie just ends, and I'm just like, well, what the? So I actually went out and I bought The Two Towers, and I read that between the first and second movie coming out. And I remember watching The Two Towers. I remember thinking, especially when I watched the extended edition, I'm like, wow, that's a lot like the book. But
If you're going to watch these movies, watch the theatrical, but get yourself the extended editions
yes,
as well.
you should probably watch the theatrical first
Yeah.
and then watch the extended.
Because there's things you need to know that they cut out in the theatrical.
It will give you a better appreciation
Oh,
of
yeah.
just how good the extended cuts were.
Cloaks. There's so many little things that why does this work and why, but they didn't explain it.
Hell was his name? That's
who?
gonna bother me. Dave, why don't you take the lead on the second movie? I'm freaking.
Who are you looking for?
No, I'm looking for the name of Galadriel's husband. It's bothering me, and I know I put it on here.
Galandriel. How do you spell it? Galandriel?
Well, I mean, I spelled it wrong on here. I spelled it Galadriel.
Yeah, husband.
I know I have it on here somewhere.
Celeborn? Celeborn?
Celeborn.
Celeborn, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce. Some of these names are
That sounds
pretty-
right. All right, second movie, Dave. Why don't you get us started?
Oh, no, this is your, you take it.
Oh, okay, good. So I have to take it. All right, good. So when this show gets
You're like the
two
Lord of the
views,
Rings.
it's me. Yeah, but it's all right. So the second movie starts off right where the first movie ended. That's what I love about this movie. It's one continuous movie.
is.
If you get rid of the ending credits and the beginning credits,
They flow right through.
it's
each other.
just one movie.
Yep.
So it starts off Frodo and Sam. They're in this rocky maze, and they're lost. And it just so happens that who finds them? Who finds them, Dave?
Gollum, isn't it?
Gollum finds them.
Yep.
Gollum finds him, which
He's so awesome.
he was in the first movie a little bit, like you saw his eyes in like Moria, but like you don't see him too much.
He's creepy.
And in the very beginning when they're like interrogating him, but in the second movie, Gollum becomes a major character. He becomes their guy to get to Mordor.
He does.
So he leads them through. So he's leading them through this rocky maze towards the marshlands. Nothing too much happens in there other than they meet Gollum and he leads them into the marshlands.
But he's always got that
Oh
ulterior
yeah.
motive.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the good
He
thing
wants
about his
the ring.
whole- yeah, the whole he sound he
He
looks
wants
like-
the ring.
Yeah, he's some points he comes off as like he's really caring for these people and this, and then the next scene where he's just talking to himself and stuff like that. They do a great job on that, bringing him from the so-called good side to what he really is.
Well, yeah, it was Gollum and Smeagol.
Yeah, Smeagol.
All right. So meanwhile, they show Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas. They're chasing the band of Uruk-hai. Like they're going through like some mountains. They end up,
Yeah, it's like high plains.
yeah,
with
they end
rocks.
up in like Rohan,
Yeah.
which is the home of the Horse Lords, which is like the second major human kingdom. It's like
Yeah.
Rohan and Gondor.
Yeah.
Seem to be like the two majors,
Yeah,
or,
they're the
or
big
at least that's in the movie.
Right. Well, yeah, in the movie, those are the two. Because I haven't read the books in 30 plus years, so I couldn't tell you what's in the book anymore.
Yeah,
But Rohan, yeah.
So they end up, they're like chasing them. The orcs stop at the edge of the forest. What was it? Fangorn Forest, I think it was called. Yeah, Fangorn Forest. And they were going to set up camp. And then they get into a dispute because the Uruk-hai met up with a band of orcs. And the Uruk-hai needed to, they knew that they needed to return the hobbits untouched and, unspoiled.
Yep.
And the orcs wanted to eat them because they were hungry.
Yeah.
And they end up getting into this dispute. They end up killing one of the orcs. They end up eating him.
Yeah.
And while they're doing that, Riders of Rohan just come riding into their camp and just cut them all
Massacre.
down. And the way that they cut it, you think that they killed Merry and Pippin too.
Yeah. The Riders of Rohan are awesome.
Yep. So the next day, those riders run into Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas. Then,
And surround them.
yep, they like call out to them, Riders of Rohan, what news of the Ridden Mark? And they come and then they surround them. And what was his name? It was
You know what? I forgot.
yeah, it was Carl Urban's character.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name, Dave?
He's a. I meant to. I had him written down on something, and
Yeah,
I know. Keep
was
going.
so her name was Eowyn, his sister. I think he was Arwen.
Character.
Hold on.
Eomer.
Éomer.
Yeah, Eomer. Yeah, Eomer. Eomer. Yep.
Yeah, like I don't think of this.
He was awesome.
A few hours. So yeah.
Yeah, Eomer.
If I need somebody, I'm just gonna look into here. 'Cause
Eomer,
I
or
got it.
however you pronounce it.
Yep. So anyway, yeah, Éomer is their captain. They have a little exchange. They tell them, at the edge of Fangord, they left none alive. They, stacked the bodies and burned them. They go there expecting to find
Dead bodies.
dead bodies, and they do, a stack of dead orc and Uruk-hai.
Yeah.
But then, because Aragorn's a great tracker, he's able to deduce that the hobbits were able to cut free of their bindings and escape into the forest. Right? So they go into the forest. There, they're met with Gandalf the White. Right?
Yeah. Who
So
you
they meet
thought
Gandalf the
died.
White, who you thought died, but then they have this great flashback scene where they show him and the Balrog falling and battling, and apparently they fought for 3 days, and he was able to kill the Balrog, but in the process was killed himself.
He was there. He was Gandalf the Grey.
Gandalf the Grey.
Now we're Gandalf the White.
White. Yep. He came back to be the new leader of the Ishtar,
Yeah.
I believe they're called, because Saruman is not doing his duties. And they're basically like emissaries from like the gods,
Yeah, if you want to look at
which is what they are.
Yeah.
So all 5 of the wizards were sent during the Third Age to help mankind defeat Sauron.
Yeah.
That's what I understand is how the Ishtar came to be. So even Gandalf's if they came in the beginning of the Third Age, I think they're 1,800 years old now or something.
Yeah, they're
something like that.
Yeah, they're right around that 2,000 year.
Yeah, I
mark.
think when this movie took place, it was 1,800 years
Yeah.
into the start of the Third Age.
Yeah. Saruman's played by Christopher Lee.
Yep.
He started
Dracula.
out as a Grey in the Hobbit trilogy. It becomes a White in
Did he?
in the Lord of the Rings.
But he was the White in the first Hobbit movie.
But if you
And I read the book. He wasn't even in the book.
I thought he started out as a Grey in the Hobbit series,
In the Hobbit movie?
the movies.
No.
No, I thought he was
he was Saruman the White.
Okay. My
Jesus,
mistake, Dave.
Jesus, Dave.
I was sorry.
All right, anyway. So Gandalf takes them to, God, I forget the name of the damn kingdom, but it is the kingdom.
There's so many names.
Yeah.
That it's hard to remember everything.
But you should if you've watched it once a year like me, and I haven't.
Well, I can watch them.
I think it was Edoras.
What was it?
Edoras?
That sounds.
I
think so.
So yeah, he takes them to the city of Edoras to meet with their king, Theoden.
Yeah, see, this doesn't say.
Theoden is under the spell of Saruman through Grima Wormtongue. I guess they don't exactly tell you how it happened. It's just it's kind of suggested that Grima Wormtongue is able to, I guess, by whispering things into his ear, corrupt his mind.
Right.
So Rohan is leaderless. Theoden is under Saruman's spell.
Looks like hell.
Yeah. He
like he's
looks
gonna
like
die
he's
in
like
a
getting ready to die. He's just chalk white.
Yeah.
Hair is completely disheveled
Stringy.
and stringy and just white.
Oh yeah. He just
It was-
looks. He looks like death coming.
So they go in. before Theoden, and Gandalf is able to break Saruman's hold on Theoden. And as soon as he does, he kind of falls over, and you just see the life return to him. He's got Keller. He's not nearly as gray as he was.
You see the king coming back.
Yeah. You see him basically return to life.
Yep.
And he's like confused because he's been basically locked away in his own mind.
Yeah,
and
manipulated for however
you
long
know,
that
he
period
sees what's her name? Aomir.
Yeah.
His like niece, I believe she was.
Niece.
And he's like, I know your face and all. And like while this is happening, there's this fight of, you know, Gimli, Legolas, and Aragorn. They're like fighting off these like soldiers who were ordered by Grima to seize them because, you know, they know that he's coming there to break the spell.
Yep.
And then he reveals himself. Gandalf reveals himself to Saruman. They have this like brief wizard's duel. And he reveals himself as Gandalf the White, and then he's able to expel him out of Theoden. It was a really, really cool scene. But it's kind of sad because the first thing he says is, "Where is my son?" And turns out
Dead.
his son was killed because
He was in a battle, right? He was river
ambushed,
battle?
which they show it in the extended. They show them the aftermath of like the ambush.
Yeah.
But they don't actually show like what happened. Yeah. It's like right along like a river crossing.
Yeah, very quick.
But the main reason he was able to die was because the kingdom was leaderless and Saruman was out there getting these, they called them the Hill People, who I guess Rohan was like at like war with before. They started going in and like harassing villages and stuff, and there was orcs invading, and so it was leaderless. There was nobody out really doing patrols, so all these enemies were out there. His son ends up getting ambushed and killed. So they have a burial scene for him. Then the king moves everybody into Helm's Deep because
which is
they hear
awesome
about
area.
there's this army of Uruk-hai coming, about 10,000 strong.
Oh yeah, this is one of the best scenes coming up.
Yeah. So like while like all this is like happening, Grima Wormtongue is able to get away. Like Aragorn lets him go. Theoden wanted to kill him.
Which I never understood why they let him go.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm not there in the books.
No.
I'll figure it out eventually. It's going to take me a few more months to finish the books. But it does cut back to Frodo at some point. Now they're in these marshlands and they're going across. And when we finally see ring wraiths on these giant, they're sort of like dragons. I kind of think of them as like flying drakes because they're not quite a dragon.
They're not really a dragon.
Yeah, they're these giant winged serpents.
Almost look like a pterodactyl type of thing with a dragon
I don't even think
head
they
to
say
it.
what they are in the
No,
movie.
they don't.
You know, like every time they show up, it's just Nazgul. You know, that they were just.
I mean, they're pretty badass creatures, though.
Yeah, they're not something you would want to mess with. But yeah, they end up in the marshlands, and not too much happens other than you see the flying ring wraith. Turns out there was a huge battle there long ago, which I'm thinking might have been the battle to end the Second Age, maybe, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it is. That was the battle that.
No, wait a minute. No. I think the battle to end the Second Age happened in Mordor, because after they got the ring from Sauron, they went right to Mount Doom.
Yeah, that's right.
And they didn't really act like it was that long of a journey.
Yeah.
It was almost like it was right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some sort of ancient battle happened here where there's dead elves and something in the water, and you know Frodo ends up falling in. And then
That was kind of weird.
Yeah, that was kind of creepy. That he was like he just like gets like mesmerized and falls into the water, but you know, Gollum gets him out. Like, yeah, they kind of show those guys going, but nothing too much happens other than that. This movie was mostly I can't talk, Dave.
You okay?
It was mostly
I'm calling EMS.
what is going on with Rohan and the forces of Saruman.
No, this whole movie was pretty much.
It was Rohan versus Isengard, if you look on a map, Isengard was like right outside of Rohan.
Yeah.
Like it basically bordered it.
Yeah, you know, you had the Frodo's little travels, but it was
Yeah.
about what's coming at
I mean,
Helm's Deep.
Frodo's in every movie.
Yeah.
And yeah, he has his dangers and like crap,
But this is what's about to happen. This movie's about Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
And that whole where we're headed here.
yeah. So anyway, they end up going to Helm's Deep. On their way there, they get attacked by orcs and their wogs,
Which were
which were really awesome.
like a big hyena wolf.
Yeah, it's like a big hyena
Max.
wolf hybrid
Pretty
thing.
badass.
So you get most of Rohan soldiers end up getting killed there. Aragorn falls off a cliff. They think he's dead. Spoiler alert, he's not. He does come back. They get to Helm's Deep, where they start preparing for this eventual battle that is coming. Aragorn wakes up. He comes across the army that's like, coming to kill them. He sees like the Uruk-hai marching. He gets to Helm's Deep maybe a few hours before they
But
do.
when you see that, when you see it through his vision of what this is coming,
Yeah, it's like, oh, crap.
Yeah.
So right before the Uruk-hai get there, in the movies at least, a company of like 500 elves comes to assist them, which, I mean, doesn't happen in the book, but it's pretty cool. And I get why they did it is they do expand the battle in the movie, and they want to have more soldiers. And that was really the only way they could really, I guess, think to do it.
Yeah. But the elven army, pretty
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah, they are badass.
This is pretty bad because what they have at Helm's Deep for the human is really just a mishmash of
Oh yeah, they had
kids, elderly.
it was like how many? Like 500 or it was like 400?
Yeah, it wasn't very
Total
many.
people?
Yeah, I mean, and from kids to people that so old they could barely pick up a sword.
Yeah. They were
Pull a
recruiting anybody who could lift a weapon.
And then they gave the knives to the women. Hey, this happens, kill the children.
Oh, they don't show that in the movie, but
Well, they talked about it.
Did
remember?
they?
Yeah, remember when they put them down in that basement or whatever? Don't let this happen, or don't let them take them. And they handed them the knife.
I don't remember that scene.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, that was part of it.
So, the Battle at Helm's Deep
It's
is my favorite scene in the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy.
it's awesome.
It is awesome. Peter Jackson, the way he sets it up, where you have all of your soldiers. You have your soldiers on the keep. You have your like soldiers along the extended wall protecting the keep. No music, silence until it starts raining,
Yeah,
and then you just hear the water hitting off the armor.
yeah.
And then in the distance, you start hearing them, and then you start seeing the lights, and they're just marching. Still no music. Like
Just a solid line.
the music doesn't start until he gives it a few minutes just to let it sink in.
Then you see that one Uruk-hai get up on that rock in the middle,
Yeah.
and they're all coming around him. It's a badass scene.
Yeah, it's like, yep, here we are.
That's a badass scene.
I should also mention before that, when they left Edoras, Gandalf went off to get Éomer,
Yeah.
and he had a company of, I think it was 2,000 soldiers.
2,000 riders.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
was at that time, I guess, their largest organized force.
Yep.
So he told them that he would be back in 3 days, which would be the next morning of when the Battle of Helm's Deep takes place.
And look to the east.
Yep. Yep. At first light, look
Yep.
to the east.
Yep. And that's a big thing that you got to remember in that movie.
So then you get the battle takes place. Watch it. I mean, it's on YouTube.
It's hard to explain.
If you've never actually seen The Lord of the Rings, I don't know what's wrong with
Yeah.
you.
But it's just a badass battle scene.
But now we get this big badass battle. It's probably like 20, 25 minutes.
Oh, yeah, it is solid.
At least.
It's solid. There's really no slowing down on that
No.
whole time. It is just humans, elves, Uruk-hai, and
You
just
got-
killing each other.
This is where you get the introduction of Gimli versus Legolas and their kill count.
See, to me, some of the best parts of all three of the movies are there.
Oh, Gimli and Legolas,
Yeah.
how at first they hated each other.
Yeah. And how
And
they
then by the end of the third movie, he's like, this isn't how I thought that I would die. And he goes, well, how about dying next to a friend? And Gimli's like, yeah,
yeah.
I
Their
I
whole
could do
kill
that.
count, kill one, no, 3, 4, whatever.
So that's basically how this movie ends. Right after the Battle of Helm's Deep, they ride out. I mean, they are utterly defeated by like the next morning. Like it was a desperate struggle to basically make it till the next morning when reinforcements would they get there, and they do. They are locked in the throne room at like Helm's Deep.
They decide to ride out.
They decide to ride out, meet the threat head on. Theoden, Legolas, all of the named characters, a couple of random soldiers. They just ride out there and they just start battling, and they're just amongst this field of thousands of Uruk-hai. And then the sun comes up. They look to the east. There's Gandalf. Here comes Éomer.
And then you see the whole.
And then down this deep slope,
you see the riders.
You see the army coming to rescue them.
Yeah. And then they get up on top, and the orcs see them. They line up, and then the sun comes. They kind of going down the mountain, and the sun blinds them.
And then I kind of forgot. Merry and Pippin had their role in this with the Ents, where they got Treebeard to go and see what Saruman was doing at like Isengard, cutting down the forest, and the Ents march off to war.
And in the theatrical cut, you don't see it.
I think you see a little bit of it.
But you don't
I could be wrong, though.
You don't see when the orcs run to the woods.
Yeah, I guess.
And then when they think they're running to safety in the woods, remember those woods weren't there.
Yeah, no, they weren't there. Now
and then all of a sudden the woods are there. They run into the woods. Next thing you know, you start seeing orcs being thrown up in the air, being pulled.
One thing that they definitely, just to basically jump right into the third movie.
Well, yeah, you might
The second movie ends with the Ents taking over Isengard.
Yeah.
They go there, they kill all of the orcs, and they tear down all of his machines of industry. Yeah, they unblock the river and
put out the fires.
And it floods into Isengard, putting out all of the fire, basically getting rid of their industry of war. And they don't show in the theatrical cut what happens to Saruman. It's just not in it. It's in the theatrical cut. You see that he's actually stabbed in the back by Grima Wormtongue. Yep. There's actually an interesting interview with Christopher Lee.
The late, great Christopher Lee.
Late, great Christopher Lee, where he was also I believe he was a World War II veteran?
I think it was World War II, yes.
So the scene when he gets stabbed in the back, Peter Jackson wanted him to make like sort of a screaming sound, and Christopher Lee was like, with respect, he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. And Peter Jackson's like, okay. And then he's like, do you know what it sounds like when someone's stabbed in the back? And he's like, no. He's like, well, I do. And he's like, it's really just like just a shock, and just the breath leaves you. Because he would know, because he was a World War II commando. And he did that kind of stuff.
British Army.
Yeah.
So,
which I guess SAS.
Yeah.
So he's probably stabbed a few people in the
precursor
back.
to the SAS.
In service of his country.
So,
so you don't see that in the theatrical cut. In the extended cut, you see after Gandalf and Theoden and the rest of the Fellowship, they come riding into Isengard, and there's Merry and Pippin sitting there enjoying some well-earned spoils of war. The salted pork is particularly nice.
Yeah.
You see that they confront Saruman. They end up. He ends up getting stabbed by Grima. He drops the what's called the Palantir.
Palantir or whatever it's called.
The Palantir gets dropped, falls down from the top of the tower. They end up getting that, going back to Rohan, where they have their banquet to honor the dead. Now, this movie is all about Minas Tirith. So from there, in the Palantir...
The Return of the King.
Yeah. I mean...
So we're in the Return now.
Yeah, we are in the Return now. So the first scene in the Return of the King is basically them going to Isengard and confronting Saruman.
Yeah.
So from there, they go back. They have their banquet in Rohan. Merry wanted to see... No, I'm sorry, Pippin. Pippin wanted to see the Palantir. Yeah. And from there, Sauron confronts him, thinks that he has the, ring. So Gandalf ends up taking him to Minas Tirith. in my God, what was it? In Gondor.
Yep, Gondor.
And from there, the armies of Mordor start emptying. So the whole second movie was all about Saruman's armies. The third movie is the armies of Mordor,
Yeah.
the armies of Sauron.
And there's huge.
They have a massive army, 10,000 strong at least, I would say.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
And Minas Tirith is a lot more heavily armed
Yep.
than Helm's Deep was.
But it has
it
its
is a
weak
massive,
spot.
yeah, well, yeah, but it also has like siege machines on these towers for them to fight back with.
Which was
and-
awesome because they have the, see when they're showing the city, you see these
Yeah.
platforms
yeah,
sitting around with this.
and they actually have like a garrison of they don't really say it, but at least a few thousand soldiers.
Yeah. Which is a lot because of the walls,
Yep.
the way that city's designed.
So this movie is essentially a massive battle at Minas Tirith.
Yeah.
The vast majority of it, you get Frodo and Sam. They get captured by Faramir. End up. This is, I believe, at the end of the last movie. They get taken to Asciliad,
Yep, that-
which was the city.
On the ocean,
That-
the sea, or whatever.
No, it's like a river passing.
Yeah,
but
okay.
it basically
Yeah.
borders where Gondor is and Mordor is. There's this one city there. So they get taken there by Faramir. The city gets recaptured. Faramir lets them go with, God, I can't think of his name, Gollum,
Go.
where they end up going through this staircase in Mordor to the Migas Mogul,
Uh-huh.
I think it was called,
Yep.
which is this cave with this giant spider.
Yeah, they did a good job with that spider.
That spider was terrifying. It was
Just the whole how it was stalking.
yeah,
No, and you saw her,
yeah,
so you knew it, but the characters weren't see, and how they did the whole, like I said, the stalking.
yeah. They go up the stairs. They go through the cave. Sam ends up Gollum ends up successfully getting Frodo to turn on Sam, so he ends up sending Sam away. But Sam has a change of heart, goes back after he sees that, Gollum actually did set him up
Yep.
because he threw away the
Oh, yeah.
food. He blames Sam for doing it. Then he comes across the food that he threw off, and he knows that Gollum is just trying to separate them so that he can
Yep.
kill Frodo and get the ring. So he comes back. He ends up having a big fight with the spider after it had captured Frodo. And what was the name of the spider? It had a name.
It does. Yeah.
But anyway, Frodo ends up getting captured. Sam thinks that it's dead, or Sam thinks that Frodo's dead. So he takes the ring from
Shelob.
him. Shelob. Yep, that's it. Sam takes the ring from Frodo. Orcs come out. They see Frodo's body there because where Shelob actually ends up capturing him is it's on the other side of her cave.
Yep.
So there's orc bases there and stuff, or there's guard towers and stuff, and they are occupied by orcs. It is in Mordor.
Yeah, right.
So that's where the army is. Yep. So some orcs come out, they find them, they bring them back in. Sam comes in and he actually ends up rescuing them right before this orc was about to kill him.
Yep.
Gives him back all of his stuff, and they end up making their way from there towards Mount Doom. And the other part of the story is this massive battle at Minas Tirith. They end up, Rohan comes to its aid when Gandalf is able to get Merry to light the beacons.
Yep. That scene when the riders showed up again up on that ridge,
Oh yeah,
there was, I don't remember the numbers, but
I think there was 8,000.
it was awesome. Because the other armies, it's almost twice that.
Yeah.
Twice that. It was huge.
And by the
But
time
they're at a
time
disadvantage.
they got there, they had already entered the city and taken over the first level. Minas Tirith was a leveled city because it was built to be a fortress.
Right.
So they had already taken over the first, maybe even the second level. And then they get there and they are able to actually do very, very well. They actually end up killing a lot of the forces that were attacking Minas Tirith, but then they get set upon by these giant elephants,
Yep.
or elephants as they call them in the movie.
Was it elephants?
Elephants.
Yeah, okay. I was just thinking what they were called.
Yep.
Yeah.
These,
Which were
these like
pretty
these,
badass.
these giant war elephants,
Yep,
which
yep.
were just devastating. Like I think they were nuts for attacking them. I think they should have just ran. Yep, let's just go inside the city.
Yeah,
because
I mean, I don't know how big
because they
were.
can't like run us over there. Oh no, they
like
were
30
massive.
foot?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they were like 3 or 4 stories tall.
The trunks were loaded with spikes and the
Yeah,
battle armor on
they
them.
were designed to run down and run over smaller creatures. That's the one part about the movie I didn't quite get. I'm like, I don't know why they attacked them. Like they lost massive amounts of their soldiers. They should have just went inside the city and just
when they went
and just like garrisoned
they
the city.
formed up and they attacked him like no, this isn't going to work out. It's not going
Then
to work out.
there was another side quest where Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli went into these caves to recruit
Which is
the
pretty
army
cool.
of the dead. I don't know if that's in the book. I think it is. I think that is in the book. I'm not sure. I have never read Return of the King at all. I know I read Two Towers once, and I'm halfway through Fellowship.
But the whole Army of the Dead is pretty cool.
Yeah, but do you remember? Was it in the books? Because you've read the books.
It's been such a long.
Yeah, I know it's been a long time. But
I mean, it's like
I don't know
30
if you
years
remember.
since I read that. I don't remember the books at all. I got it. When you get done with them, I'm gonna have to borrow yours. Redo them.
So,
Oh, I was just looking at the clock.
yeah, it's like almost been an hour.
So you have the Army of the Dead. They recruited
Yeah, the Army of the Dead.
them with the
They
promise.
end up going there. Yeah, so they were disgraced soldiers
Yep.
who probably during the Second Age or something had some sort of agreement with the King of Gondor.
Yep.
They ended up not showing, so he cursed them to basically eternal life without rest
Yep.
until they fulfilled their oaths. Aragorn was the one person who could actually
Promise them that.
grant them that. And he told them, hey, you fight for me and I will hold your oaths fulfilled.
Yep.
And they did. And he did. He let them go.
Yep.
Which, so then from there, they take what is left of
Their army.
the like race of man.
Not much.
Whatever's left. There's maybe 1,000, if that, soldiers.
Yep.
And they
Not
all
much.
ride out to the gates of Mordor to try and draw Sauron's gaze because they believe Frodo is in Mordor and they want to clear the passage for him so that he can get to Mount Doom, which he does. Him and Gollum have this fight where Gollum and the ring both end up falling into the fires and they die. And that's basically it. He
Then you
like
have the final battle with Mordor's army comes out,
yeah.
and like you said, the rest.
The interesting part about that final battle is Aragorn charges off first. He says, for Frodo, who were the next two to run off?
Was it
Merry and Pippin.
Merry and Pippin?
Merry and Pippin.
Yep, right behind him.
Yep,
then
right behind him.
Gandalf, and then everybody.
Then
else.
everybody.
Yep.
Which it's just the little things just that they do like that.
The whole movie is about the little things.
Yep.
When I say the movie, it's like you said, it's one big movie. It's
It
all
is.
about the little things.
It's one massive.
You know, the side story of Burmer, how his whole, to me, he had one of the best story arcs in the 3 movies. I loved his.
Yeah,
story
but he's
arc.
only in.
He's only in the first
He's
one.
only in the first one and an extended scene in the third one.
But his story arc is awesome.
He is my favorite character of the original 9. My second favorite, same.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to get into the Hobbit trilogy in this episode, but we can go into that on a separate one.
Yeah.
If you were going to rank,
How would you rank, Dave? I'm going to let you go first because you made me do it.
that's hard.
How would you rank the?
So if I was to rank today,
I know for me.
if I'm going to rank them today, right now,
Yes.
it'd be the Two Towers, Return of the King, Fellowship, 1, 2, 3.
No.
If I was to do
You
it,
said the Two Towers,
as number 1,
Return of the King,
number 2,
and Fellowship.
as number 3.
That's 2, 3, 1.
I'm sorry, yeah, but you know what I'm trying to say. I would give both Two Towers and Return of the King like a 98 out of 100. And
Oh, I give all
Fellowship
three
like
of
a
them
96.
100 out of 100. It's the best movie ever made.
Yeah, I love the
I don't
movies.
even really have nitpicks. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
And I can't even judge them because I haven't read this. I mean, as a movie, I have absolutely no complaints. As an adaptation, I'm not going to say anything until I'm done.
But you can, if you're going
reading the books.
But adaptations, you always can pick pick it
Yeah.
than the book.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is probably no, there's no probably, but it is the greatest movie trilogy of all time.
So for me, it's Two Towers, Fellowship,
Oh, really?
Return of the King.
You put Fellowship over The Return?
And the main reason is
Probably, yeah.
it was the first movie I saw. I haven't had this feeling much in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, I should not much in the last 10 years of walking out of a theater going, "Oh my God, I just saw greatness."
Yeah. No, I mean, but I could watch this again tomorrow, and they might switch.
There is no wrong answer for
No.
which is the best and which is the
I mean,
worst.
it is the greatest.
In my
trilogy of
opinion,
all time.
it's one. It is one movie.
Yeah.
It is of equal quality in all three of them. They didn't recast anybody. It's
No, I agree.
it is cinema perfection. I hope to God someday something better is made.
Yeah. And we've always
I
said that.
doubt it will be.
I hope a sci-fi movie comes out, Battle in Space, that's better than Star Wars.
Yeah,
But
that'd be awesome.
When it comes, it comes.
It ain't gonna happen.
I hope you like this episode. We will
Me
get
just
into,
rambling and
yeah, but we'll get
stuttering
into another
and
episode
stumbling.
where we will go over the Hobbit trilogy. Our next episode that we have coming up is actually, I thought it was going to be a fun one. Will be
It is gonna be a fun one.
our top 10 Saturday Night Live alumni. Which,
Oh yeah.
yeah, which
Okay.
I think will be
There you
great. And then after that, be gangster movies, Kurt Russell roles, and horror villains.
Yeah, we're gonna do our Halloween special
Yeah.
with Zachariah.
Yep, there's that. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We did
Yeah,
a lot
me
of
just
rambling, but you know
me
what?
just stuttering.
It's such a long. Those movies are so long. It's 11 hours. 11. What? 11.
I think it's 11 hours and 43 minutes or something of movie.
Total runtime. If you watch the extended, is 11 hours and 36 minutes.
All right, I was close.
That's a long day.
I need to go back, and I told you this, and rewatch the theatrical trilogy because I forget what is added.
All I have is the
because
extended.
honestly, for the past 20 years, that's all I've watched is the extended cut every year.
Same here. So again, I hope you guys like that, and we will have a Hobbit trilogy coming up as
At
well.
some point, which I'll actually type a few things down.
Got anything to say before we head out?
I'm done.
Let these guys go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Have a good night.